Hi, this is Joy from CST department second year. I'm going to do the 7th program in the object oriented programming in C++ lab. I'll show you the question. This is the question, that is the question is based on inheritance. The question which the student has to do, that means I have to do, is calculated by this formula. My registration number is 45, so 45 modulus number of questions is 5, so 45 modulus 5 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. So I have to do the first question. I'll read out the question for you. Create a restaurant meal class that holds the name and price of a food item served by a restaurant. Its constructor requires arguments for each field. Then create a hotel service class that holds the same name of the service, the service fee, and the room number to which the service was supplied. Its constructor also requires arguments for each field. Create a RoomServiceMeal class that inherits from both of the above class. Whenever you create a RoomServiceMeal object, the constructor assigns the string room service to the name of the service field, and $4 is assigned to the service fee inherited from hotel service. Include a display function in RoomServiceMeal and that displays all of the fields in a RoomServiceMeal by calling display functions from the two parent classes. Additionally, the display function should display the total of the meals plus the room service fee. The main function instantiate a RoomServiceMeal object that inherits from both classes. Now I'll show you the program. This is the program. So I've just shown the question. Now the first line, that is hash include iostream, is a call for the compiler to call the header file which contains input and output streams, input and output functions, using namespace stds for using standard functions. Then class RestaurantMeal is created as given in the question. It contains the two variables, item name and item price. Item name is of type string. It is a name of the food item. Both of these, item price is a price of the food item, that is of data type float, and there is a sum to calculate the total charge of the meals acquired by the consumer. It is of type static because all the meals fees has to be added, price has to be added. So all these variables are in private, and outside the class I initialize the variable sum as 0 using the scope resolution operator to 0. This is of type float. And in the public part of this class RestaurantMeal, a constructor is there which has two arguments, iname and iPrice, which should be given by the user. Iname is of type string and iPrice is of type float. This is the price and the name of the food item that should be given by the user. So it will be item name will be initialized to iname and item price will be initialized to iPrice using this constructor. Then a display function is there which is of return type void. It is to show the values of the variables in this class. So the name of the item is item name, that is the name of the food item. Name of the food item is item name, and the price of the food item is the item price, that is dollar, that is in dollars using the cout statement. Then To calculate the total charge of the total meals, that is the user can take multiple meals, so the total charges, that is aggregate of, that is addition, summation of all the charges, all the charges of the meals consumed by the consumer or the customer. Then another constructor which has no arguments, so that we can call this type of constructor in the main function. Then that's it in this class. Then as given in the question, another class hotel service is created. As three variables inside the private section. We have private section of this class. We have three variables. One is the name of the service, that is service name, the service fee, and the service room number, that is the room number where the customer is staying. Service name is of type string, service fee is of type float, service room number is of type int. In the public section of this class, we use the constructor to assign the variables. That is service name will be assigned s name. This s name and s fee will be is arguments in this constructor. S name and s fee will be passed or given by the user. S name is of type string and s fee is of type float. Then s name will be assigned to service name and s fee will be assigned to service fee. That these both are the values given by the user. Another constructor is there which has three arguments. Here it is same, but there is one difference. That is the room number of the customer is also added here. It is of type integer, int. That is integer, and the required variables are initialized. Then a display function is used to show the values of the variables in this class, to display the values of the variables. Then get service fee is to access the service fee variable which is in the private section. So to access it we need getter methods. So it is return type float. So this class finishes. Then here we have another class named RoomServiceMeal. It inherits from the RestaurantMeal class and the HotelService class. It is public. So we have in the public section of this class we have to make a constructor, that is of same class name, RoomServiceMeal. Then the name, and this has three arguments. The name is a variable of type string. It should be, the service name should be passed by the user, and the price of the food item, it is of type float, and the room number of the customer, it is of type float. All these arguments should be passed by the user. And then using the access specifier we can assign the value, that is hotel service. Room service will be assigned to the name of the service, and the service fee will be $4, and the room number will be the room number which the user has given. And in the next class, RestaurantMeal, we have name and price. This is the name which is given by the user and the price which is given by the user. It will be initialized to the item name and item price, that is the food item name and food item price. Then display function is used to display both the display function which is inherited from the RestaurantMeal and HotelService classes. After displaying the variables in the RestaurantMeal class and the HotelService class, we display the total charge, that is the summation of the item price. That is user may have taken multiple food items, so for meals, so the summation of all those prices of those meals, and the service fee which is constant, that is $4. So to show that use cout statement and this getter methods to access the variables. Now inside the this is it for the room service meal class, and then inside the main function I declare variables x, y, z of type string and then n, a and b of type float. I ask the user to enter the number of meals they're going to eat or they're going to order, so that we can be specific. The number of meals is stored in the variable n. Then the loop runs until the loop runs so how much ever meals the user want he can order using this loop. So the cout statement enter the name of the food item you want, it will be stored in the variable x. Enter the price of the food item, price of the food item will be stored in a. The room number also will be stored in b. Using the cout and scene statement we can ask the user and store it in the respective variables. Then these variables will be passed in this object, that is room service. We have to create an object of class room service meal. The name of the object is RSM. XAB are the values given by the user, it is passed, and using the constructor the class is created. In RSM.display the value of the variables from both the inherited classes and the total charge will be displayed using by calling this display function in this object RSM. Now since it is this loop will run for n minus 1 number of times, because n will be given by the user, and since this is an integer, this is a main function of type return type integer, you have to return value. Since there is no specific value integer type value to return, we just return 0, and hence this ends. Now we run the program. Since there is no error, we compile the program, and since there is no error we run the program. Run the program. Number of meals, let me give it as 2 meals. Food item I want let me say apple juice. Let the price of the food item let's say 20. Enter the room number in the hotels, let me say 17. So the expected output has come, the service name, the service fee, room number, the food item name and the price of the food item and the total charge. So this is successfully obtained, hence the program has successfully compiled and executed. Thank you. This is Joel Joy from CST department, second year. My registration number is UR15CS045.